News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia. Well, I didn't win the lottery, so we're going to work the rest of the day. Even if I won the lottery, I'd still come into work the next day. Sure. No, I to get your stuff. Hmm. There. Yeah. All right. Hopefully, somebody I know, maybe they'll buy us a lunch or something. That'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, but if we go, we have to be careful though. If we walk across the street over there, because, and that's where we're going to go next, because Andy Boenau is joining us right now, the Director of Transportation, City of Richmond, and this is a story we started talking about. And folks, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to bring Andy on right now. There's times we start talking about a story, and now I know why people go, "Oh, look at the media." They're just kind of look and get distracted by a scroll because there's always something new that comes on. But I want to make sure that we fulfill our commitment because we said this is important to us, especially after we saw what happened in Richmond with so many deaths by traffic and pedestrians that we wanted to stay on top of the story. So I haven't forgotten about this story. So I wanted to bring Andy back on the program as the Director of Transportation, City of Richmond, because we have a new pedestrian safety master plan. And I want to make sure we stay on top of this here on Richmond's Morning News. So Andy's been kind enough to join us this morning at 7:05 here on News Radio WRVA. Good morning, Andy. I think I got Andy over here. Good morning. Can you hear me, Andy? All right. Let me see. I think, did we drop him? All right. Let me see if I can get Andy. Okay. Andy's back with us. Andy, can you hear me? All right. There you are, Andy. Good morning. How are you? All right, let's talk about this master plan that we've come up with, and it's more than just Richmond. I think it's important for the whole region because there was a while we saw just a rash of pedestrian fatalities, and that's just completely unacceptable. It's awful. We saw some prominent figure in Richmond hit by a car. We've seen people that were our neighbors, and it's something that I know you've been working on. We haven't talked to you for a while, so I wanted to get an update on where we are with our safety plan and how we're combating and educating people just to be careful. Okay, so that leads to my first question for you, Andy, is you put together this master plan. What are your key takeaways? What are the core roots of why we have so many? And we use the word accident. It's not an accident. It's somebody. Sometimes, yeah, it's an act of God. Tire blows out, get into a wreck. Other times, it's just careless driving, speeding, driving impaired. What do you think the key contributors, the core reason why we have such accidents around Richmond, Virginia? Right. My car, it just the stupid bell rings, so I put my seatbelt on because it's annoying. Other people just kind of let that happen. All right, real quick, because we only got about a minute here. And Andy, I made the promise to the mayor. I made the promise to you, and I want to make sure I keep that promise. We're going to keep talking to you because I think the more we talk about this, especially as people are driving to work this morning, maybe the more we remind people we could save a life, and that's really what I want to do. The traffic safety issue with pedestrians walking. Listen, I walk in front of City Hall and I see people jaywalking. I see cars not stopping for red lights. I was walking between the General Assembly building and City Hall the other day, and I almost got clipped. And I was in the middle of the crosswalk, and I had waited for the crosswalk to say it was safe to go across, and I still almost got clipped. We're still seeing people breaking these rules when it comes to pedestrians and cars. Have we done any better? Where are we with that? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, Andy, because I made this commitment to Maravula, I made this commitment to you, I made this commitment to our listeners. Dave, I'm going to do something right now, just make an executive decision. Andy, I think we need to have you on once a month. And every month, let's just tackle one thing, whether it's pedestrian safety, whether it's how to use the crosswalks properly. I think next month we bring you on and we talk about school safety when it comes to the kids being back in school. And let's just do a campaign. You and I and our listeners at WRVA will raise the profile once a month. We'll make the commitment to have you on, and we tackle one specific item that we should remind people and get the word out. Like you said, education is going to help save some lives in this community. So if I'm willing to make that commitment, if you want to work with me on that. All right. All right. Andy Boenau joining us, the Director of Transportation, City of Richmond. That's our commitment. We'll have you on next month. Well, actually, in a couple of weeks, and talk about school safety with kids and the school buses up and running before we know it. Andy, I appreciate you coming on with us this morning. All right. Take care. Andy Boenau joining us, City of Richmond. Here on News Radio WRVA. All right, program today is brought to you by our friends at Pearson Signature Dealerships. Listen, I know there's a lot of places in town that you can get a car. Oh, there's tons.